Welcome to the Live and Learn KE platform. Today we are going to review the history and background of the Nighi Bridge. Since its commissioning in the year 1985, the Nighi Bridge has remained a notorious black spot as it continues to haunt travelers along the Meru-Nairobi highway. Without Falklands War, there would have been no killer Nighi Bridge. Few Kenyans will now recall the 10-day Falklands War between Argentina and the United Kingdom in the year 1982 over two British dependent territories in the South Atlantic. The two nations clashed in an undeclared war that ended with the humiliation of Argentina, which had laid claim to the Falkland Islands and its dependent territories, that is, South Georgia and South Sandwich Islands. So, what does that have to do with the killer Nighi River Bridge? Well, everything according to a deceased Briton who was involved in the construction of the Dushe-Nkobo Road in the early 1980s. Ernest William Twell, who was one of the top engineers for the Kiel International, which built the Dushe-Nkobo section of the Embu-Meru Highway, which was financed by a British grant, recalled in an interview how the sudden war between the two countries had thrust the project into uncharted territory. Since the project had been a grant, Britain was influencing everything from tendering to how much was being pumped into the project. One day, according to 12, all senior officials in grant projects were called and shown a letter requiring them to downscale budgets due to the impending war. Dushe-Nkobo Road project, which Queen Elizabeth II had bequeathed to residents of a hinterland which produced her favorite coffee and tea, had to be cut back by several kilometers. With its bends, twists, turns, rises, and descents, this road was an engineering marvel and one of the first roads in Kenya to have spacious climbing lanes. The Queen herself would have opened the highway during her last visit to Kenya in the year 1983, but instead she sent her husband, the Duke of Edinburgh, Prince Philip, who cut the ribbon at a monument near Dushe River just after Kadhangiri Market, the last stop in Embu heading to Meru. Originally, the road was to pass through Old Medero Market, looping on a gentle ascent to Marima and Chogoria town, then meander along the tea farms through Igoji and Kanyakine markets and connect to the existing highway at Kobo Township. 12, who died in the year 2012, recalled in an interview 2 years to his death. Under the cutback plan, the company had to knock out over 10 kilometers from the previous route, skipping Medero, Igoji, and Kanyakine, and ended with a direct but steep decline at Medero towards Marima. And this is the famous, infamous killer Nighi Bridge. Nighi Bridge. The death toll from road accidents at the killer bridge in Tharaka Nithi is now in hundreds. Yet, as you exit Marima and Medero markets on the opposite ridges of the Nithi, prominent road signs warn drivers of the black spot below. 2 white containers branded St. John's Ambulance, and which were installed to act as first aid centers, are on the road reserve just beyond the warning signs. The first accident that put Nighi Bridge on the roadmap of national accident black spots was in the year 1995, when a matatu plunged into the river 40 feet down the bridge, killing 16 people on the spot, including 12 members of one family. In the year 1998, another accident would halt Stagecoach Kenya bus into the route when a company bus carrying more than 100 passengers plunged into the river, killing 56 on the spot. On the following year, 1999, another bus collided with a matatu, killing another 16 passengers. On 25th July 2022, Modern Coast bus plunged into River Nithi, killing 34 passengers. 11 people were rushed to hospitals with fatalities. Most of the accidents that occur on the Nighi Bridge are due to carelessness by the drivers and overspeeding. Lorries, buses overspeeding on the bridge, and it has a very sharp bend. They careless, including school buses. They are not left behind. It was after all these accidents that the government launched reconstruction of the descent from Marima, which has a climbing lane starting about 20 meters from the bridge. The redesign involved the construction of a central embankment, separating vehicles climbing down from Meru to Nairobi and those on the climb up towards Meru. The effect is that vehicles on the descent from Marima have to endure without overtaking until they get to the bridge. This is what has reduced accidents, at least the intensity, but the irregularity of the drivers and the vehicles is still alarming. Transport and Infrastructure Cabinet Secretary Kipchumba Murkomen has said that his ministry has started the process of redesigning the Nighi Bridge on the Meru-Nairobi highway to reduce the road carnage. The CS said that engineers are working on a design to straighten the section of the road and do away with the sharp corner at the bridge that is mainly to blame for accidents that have claimed many lives over the years. He also said that the section of the road between Marima and Medero, which are about 2 kilometers apart, will also be turned into a dual carriage to reduce the chances of vehicles colliding along the sharp slope. Otherwise, that is the history and background of the Nighi Bridge. Thank you so very much, guys, for watching this content. I do appreciate. Please do support me by subscribing, liking, sharing, and I'll always be grateful for your support. Thank you. See you some other time.